2 Samuel chapter 7. After the king had been living in his palace a while, and Adonai had given him rest from all his surrounding enemies, the king said to Nathan the prophet, "Here I am living in cedar wood palace, but the ark of God is kept in a tent." Nathan said to the king, "Go do everything that is in your heart, for Adonai is with you." But that same night the word of Adonai came to Nathan, "Go and tell my servant David that this is what Adonai says. You are going to build me a house to live in? Since the day I brought the people of Israel out of Egypt until today, I never lived in a house. Rather, I traveled in a tent and a tabernacle. Everywhere I traveled with all the people of Israel, did I ever speak a word to any of the tribes of Israel, whom I ordered to shepherd my people Israel, asking, 'Why haven't you built me a cedar wood house?' Therefore, say this to my servant David, that this is what Adonai Tsevaot says. I took you from the sheep yards, from following the sheep, to make you chief over my people, over Israel. I have been with you wherever you went. I have destroyed all your enemies ahead of you, and I am making your reputation great, like the reputations of the greatest people on earth. I will assign a place to my people Israel. I will plant them there so that they can live in their own place without being disturbed anymore. The wicked will no longer oppress them as they did at the beginning, and as they did from the time I ordered judges to be over my people Israel. Instead, I will give you rest from all your enemies. Moreover, Adonai tells you that Adonai will make you a house. When your days come to an end and you sleep with your ancestors, I will establish one of your descendants to succeed you, one of your own flesh and blood, and I will set up his rulership. He will build a house for my name, and I will establish his royal throne forever. I will be a father for him, and he will be a son for me. If he does something wrong, I will punish him with a rod and blows, just as everyone gets punished. Nevertheless, my grace will not leave him, as I took it away from Shaul, whom I removed from before you. Thus your house and your kingdom will be made secure forever before you. Your throne will be set up forever." Nathan told David all of these words and described this entire vision. Then David went in, sat before Adonai, and said, "Who am I, Adonai Elohim, and what is my family that has caused you to bring me this far? Yet in your view, Adonai Elohim, even this was too small a thing. So you have even said that your servant's dynasty will continue on into the distant future. This is indeed a teaching for a man, Adonai Elohim. What more can David say to you? For you know your servant intimately, Adonai Elohim. It is for the sake of your word and in accordance with your own heart that you have done all this greatness and revealed it to your servant. Therefore you are great, Adonai God, for there is no one like you, and there is no God beside you. Everything we have heard confirms that. Who can be compared with your people, with Israel? What other nation on earth did God set out to redeem and make into a people for himself? You made yourself a reputation by doing for your land things that even for you are great and terrifying, for the sake of your people whom you redeem for yourself from Egypt and from other nations and from their gods. You set up your people for yourself as your people forever, and you, Adonai, became their God. So now, Adonai God, establish forever the word you have spoken to your servant and his house. Do what you have promised. May your name be magnified forever, so that it will be said, Adonai Tsevaot is God over Israel, and the dynasty of your servant David will be set up in your presence. You, Adonai Tsevaot, God of Israel, have disclosed to your servant, I will build you a house. This is why your servant has the courage to pray this prayer to you. Now, Adonai Elohim, you alone are God. Your words are truth, and you have made this wonderful promise to your servant. So may it please you to bless the family of your servant, and thereby cause it to continue forever in your presence. For you, Adonai Elohim, have said it. May your servant's family be blessed forever by your blessing.